gacha game developer drama, like buses sometimes. Sometimes you can go a few days, a couple of weeks even with nothing happening, and then all of a sudden it arrives all at once, and we're having a bit of a situation like that at the moment. Stellar Sora has just released, and it went down like a lead balloon. We've got another game to talk about here, and this isn't as bad as that situation, but it's still actually insane. A monumental mess up by the developers, but to the point where if you were affected by this, when you were affected by it, you probably thought you were having a wet dream. You were having the most amazing time, the promised land of gacha gamers when it happened to you. So we're going to get into it. It's regarding Silver and Blood, and this is kind of a crazy one. We're also going to talk about something as well that made me potentially a little bit worried for all our gacha games in regards to could certain things have been happening and we've never known about it. But let's get into this. This one might put a smile on your face. It's actually insane. So, right, let's do it. All right, so currently, the Chasing Sins banner is live, right? And you can get yourself Fanny, right? Showing off a bit of Fanny there. The new SSR character. And there's about 17 hours left on this now, right? Something kind of crazy happened. If you were jumping into this game and getting ready to pull, you would have had a pleasant surprise. Now imagine this. You're jumping on your favourite gacha game. New banner's up. Thinking, let's go. Let's go. And you do a pull. You get the character. Or you get an SSR. You lose a 50-50, but you get an SSR, a 5-star, a 6-star, whatever it is. And you think, you know what? Let's throw a couple more pulls. And then you get another one. And another one. And you're thinking, wait a minute, what's going on here? I'm just going to drop 10 pull. I've just got 3 back-to-back characters. Let's just see what I can get. And then you get 10 freaking SSRs. That's what happened in Black Beacon. Editing pixel here. I know. I said Black Beacon. I've got it on the mind recently. I don't know why. Silver and Blood. I mean Silver and Blood. This right here is the wet dream of all gacha players. We've spoke about this on our stream sometimes. You know, what's the best temple you've had? How many SSRs, 5 stars, 6 stars, SRs have you ever had in a temple? I think for me it's like 2, right? Just imagine looking at this and then doing it again and every single one's an SSR. This actually happened in Black Beacon. I know. I'm as embarrassed as you are. I did it again. Me fucking up is about as guaranteed as these pulls were. Silver and Blood. Silver and Blood. Right? But I want to talk about how this could be also a worry for us all. Now, I'm probably just making stuff, well, not making stuff up, but I'm probably just imagining the worst, and it's conjecture, but I still think it's a valid worry because it happened. It happened in a good way, but it could happen in a bad way, right? So, we saw this post not long after. Dear Lords, following today's flash update at 11, the Limit Embrace event, Chains of Sin, experienced a brief probability anomaly affecting the time frame from 11:08 till 11:36. So, less than half an hour it was live before they fixed it. And they were currently conducting emergency investigation and reviewing the anomalous data. Because, you know, if it's something that's costing a developer money, they get on it quick. Patch bugs and issues can last for months and sometimes never be fixed in a game, right? But it's something that's going to cost them money. You know it's getting fixed straight away. But I digress. What I wanted to speak about here as well, we're going to go over the other posts from the developers and what they did as well, right? Was this point regarding the probability anomaly. So basically what that means is the probability you getting the character went to 100% with this patch. And we know with games, right? Patches roll out, things happen. Bugs occur that they don't know about, that haven't been tested, or just somebody makes a mistake. It makes me worry. How many gacha games could you have played over the years where this has happened? Where the base rate for a character, let's say, is 1%, but it was actually at 5.5% or 0.8% or 0.2% or whatever for a small period of time without you noticing. You know, when you've ever felt those times in a gacha game, you're like, man, the rates just feel off. Now it's probably just in your head. But who's to say that for periods of time that this hasn't happened? By mistake as well, not maliciously, and we've just never heard about it. It's been spotted, fixed, and we don't ever find out about it, right? It just makes me wonder if that's a thing that could have ever happened. You know, we've seen games that have lied about rates in the past, so there's nothing saying in my eyes that there couldn't have been issues that have been fixed. But, you know, for a period of time, we've been getting shafted, you know, because if this can happen, it can happen the other way as well, can't it? So you might think, what did they do? Did they just let it slide? Did they just patch it quickly? Did they roll back people's accounts? How did they go about it? Well, apparently people thought they were getting banned for a while, but I don't think that was the case, right? Accounts were just getting frozen because there were rolling back accounts. And they did post here, due to a probability anomaly that briefly occurred in today's limited embrace event, Chains of Sin, the event has been temporarily closed. It made me think as well, because if you go to this, there's like 17 hours. Again, I play this mainly on mobile anyway, but I've got an account on BlueStacks, which it's only like level 5. I don't really play this game much anyway at all. But I was wondering, if anybody plays this, did the event get extended? Because even though, you know, they're giving compensation, which, you know, they are, but we'll talk about that in a second. I'm curious to see if they actually have extended the event, because you would think they would if it was down for a couple of hours, right? Or however long it was down, I'm not too sure. So, to ensure that Lord data remains unaffected by this issue and provide a stable, reliable gaming experience, I'm sure that's what it is, right? It's got nothing to do with it. You're worried that people are getting 50 SSRs in 50 pulls. Everyone, we performed data rollback processing for affected accounts. During this period, relevant accounts were temporarily frozen to complete data calibration. Specific processing measures are as follows. So, I don't think people were getting banned. Now, who knows? Maybe some people did. Because obviously, if you do a temple and you get 10 SSRs, you know something's up. But it's not an exploit to then go on and do another 50 pulls in my eyes. It's not like you're doing an XP bug or you're funneling currency in a game through some exploit. You're just doing a pull in a gacha game and you're just getting 100% luck. Right, obviously, you know something's up, and really the logical thing in your brain would to be like, maybe not do any more pulls. But it's on the developers, right? So I don't think anybody got banned, but they were getting suspended. Their accounts frozen while they're fixing. So from October 21st, the hotfix update to Chains of Sin event closure accounts, accounts that performed heralds in the Chains of Sin event during this period have been temporarily frozen. During the account freeze period, we've been verifying and restoring account data to its state of a 5:45, basically. So about what? 20 minutes before the issue happened, and then they knew it was going on. So the process is expected to be completed through an online update by 3:30 in the morning on the 22nd. So that was early hours of this morning, right? And after all, which affected accounts will be unfrozen and data will return to normal. So mal rewards claimed by frozen accounts at the time accounts that were frozen have been rolled back, and we will reissue relevant mal rewards within 3 business days. So you're going to have to wait 3 days, right? So if Lords still encounter abnormal account data display after account freeze is lifted, please contact customer service and we will complete repairs within 7 business days. So there could be still issues, which is expected. The limited embrace event, Chains of Sin, is expected to reopen at R3 until 4 on October the 23rd. So we've just seen it's like 17.5 hours left on the banner, right? So, for Lords affected by the account freezes and data rollbacks, the compensation plan is as follows. Content purchased through top-ups by these accounts, right, between from the 5:45 on October 24th until the accounts are unfrozen will be cleared due to data rollback. For this, we will refund you with Moonflow corresponding to the top-up amount. So, what happens if you did it before that? What happens if you did it before that then? Surely you're getting, it doesn't matter, you're just getting it back, right? Even if you didn't top up. We're really interested to see what they do about that, actually. If you've been playing the game, let me know. Have you received everything back that you might have spent? So corresponding to the top-up amount, these accounts will receive compensation time log 8 hours times 1. For the above compensation content, Lords can log in to claim compensation mail after the account freeze is lifted. So you're not really getting much back for the inconvenience, because it is an inconvenience. Your account's been frozen. You thought you've got a bunch of characters, which obviously you knew something was up, but still, and they've gone. And now you might have to wait 3 days for things to get mailed to you. And there might even be issues with those that might take 7 days to get sorted. You've got to contact customer support, which we all know with video games is a pain in the arse. And that's all you get, right? But you get a little bit more, where everybody gets this bit, right? So we sincerely apologise for the inconvenience and trouble caused to all Lords due to our oversight. We will distribute issue compensation, vestige of love, so it's 10 pulls, a moon tier times 1500. So I think that works out to another 5 pulls as well, because it's like 300 a pull, right? So to all Lords, server-wide today. Regarding the issue, the project team will conduct a comprehensive review, I'm sure you will, after the issue is resolved, formulate and strictly implement optimization and improvement plans. Basically, that means we're going to make sure this never fucking happens again. because this could cost us a lot of money, and strive to maintain game quality, stability in the future to provide Lords with a better gaming experience. Thank you for your continued understanding and support. So, you know, I think doing the rollback was probably the most logical thing, right? Obviously, if you'd just done 10 pulls and got 10 SSRs and got everything you wanted to get, you'd be pissed, right? You would be pissed. I get that. But like, logically, it's probably the smartest thing to do. The emotional side of you, you'd be like, damn. But I don't think 10 Vestige of Loves and 1500 Moon tier is enough. Honestly, I really don't. For people potentially not having access to their account for a while, the data being rolled back, and then having to wait days for all this stuff. I think those dudes should have a few extra pulls. Honestly, this might sound a bit extreme, right? Do you know what I think would be the perfect fix for this? Is give out this 10 pull, give out this 1500 as well, right? And then just give away an SSR. You know, I don't know if it necessarily needs to be this SSR, although that would be really good. Just give everybody one copy of this character, right? And if they've maxed out, they just get the mats instead. That would make you come out smelling of roses, right? It's not the worst thing that's happened in Gacha, but I just think that's the way you come out looking like good guys. People start to talk about it, maybe a bit of word of mouth, maybe people come play the game in the hope that maybe one day it'll happen again. It's never going to happen again, but you can dream, right? But again, just going back to that situation, like I say, about this probability anomaly, how many times could this have happened to us when we've been playing our favourite game? You've gone to do a pull, right? You've gone to do a pull, or you've done 60, 70 pulls on a 80, 90 pity banner, and you're like, damn, man, I feel like this is rough, right? You know? Or you're closer to hard pity, you're having to go hard pity more often than not, and you're just thinking, these rates feel like bullshit. Who's to say sometimes haven't been, right? You know, there's that possibility, and we just never find out about it because it gets fixed quickly, or it just gets fixed on the quiet, and we are none the wiser. And maybe sometimes it's gone the other way, where a 1%'s gone to a 2% or something like that. Who knows? But it just made me think about that as well, which, you know, the cynical side of me is like, I bet it has. I bet that has happened. You know, if it can go this bad and it can go to 100%, right? And they fix it in half an hour. I'm telling you now, if it went from 1% to 0.5%, I bet you it wouldn't get fixed in 30 minutes. I bet you now. But anyway, guys, if you've been affected by this, let me know everything that's happened to your account, especially if you'd pulled and you'd topped up. Have you received everything back? And curious as well to the people who might have topped up before this and spent. Have you received refunds there? Because I'm curious about that there. Are they just... Yeah, I'm curious because it doesn't seem like it's worded so spectacularly to say like, well, if you didn't purchase through top-ups before this, you spent it on the banner, you get that back. You should, because you're losing the characters, right? Surely they just give you back the moon tiers, right? You know, you just get back the moon tiers in the game. Surely, because if not, I'd love to know. Because if not, then this goes from a silly, fun, although inconvenient situation to a situation that's like, okay, this is a bit messy now, if you ask me. But anyway, guys, I'd love to know what you think down below. If you've enjoyed the video, found it informative, all that good stuff, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Ta-ra.